Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to What He Said with Kevin Walker. Of course, I am the amazing, the immaculate Kevin Walker. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you had a blessed day. I hope you're having an even more so blessed evening. Man, we're all just gracious to God to be alive, and we're keeping the faith. We're keeping the faith. I know it's hot. It's hard to keep the faith when it's that hot, but you got to trust and believe in the Lord God Almighty that He gonna bring us through it all. Hey, look, I got a special guest sitting here with me tonight. This is my baby boy, my 12-year-old son, Landon Walker. That's my baby boy. Of course, I'm Kevin Walker. This is What He Said with Kevin Walker. He was supposed to prep the music for the show, so we could come in with music. And he said at the last minute, I don't know about that. So anyway, we're here waiting on everybody just to come on in here and get with us. It's What He Said with Kevin Walker every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. We do this once a week. We got a good show tonight. We got a very interesting show. Like I say, Landon is over with me this week, so he's going to help co-host the show tonight. I've got about 4 topics that I want to touch on, and I want you guys to get to know Landon. This is, I'm not going to say he's my bonus baby, but he's the last pea in the pot. Ain't no more after this one. So our 4 topics for the night, one of them is going to be positive reinforcement. And what does positive reinforcement look like? Just so y'all know what you're dealing with Landon. Landon, say hello to the people. I told you got to project. There you go. So, Landon, we talk about positive reinforcement. Name something in your mind when you hear a term like positive reinforcement. What do you think of? What could that mean?
Like you're doing something not like the best that you could, and like your coach or teacher knows you can get better, so like they encourage you.
There you go. That's positive reinforcement, exactly. So we're going to discuss positive reinforcement. We also are going to talk about challenge the people around you, not with your words, but challenge them with your energy and your actions. So we're going to talk about challenging people in your circle, not with the words out of your mouth, but challenge them with your energy and your actions to be better people. We also are going to discuss success, that it's not an accident. Success is never an accident to those of us who are winners. We lie in bed at night thinking of ways to get better. And the final subject we're going to tap and touch on tonight is transparency. Landon, when you hear transparency, what do you think of, Pop, with transparency?
That somebody can always go to you.
Because you're going to do what? You're going to be honest with them, right? Yeah, so and not only with other people, but with yourself as well. You have to tell the truth about yourself. So, who is that cutie in the dreads?
I think it's talking about you.
No, you're in the dreads. I think that's little Kevin saying that. Said, who is that cutie in the dreads? Yeah, you do. Yeah, we're friends on Facebook. That's his name, Kevin Walker. Okay, so let me see, he said this is your son, dude. Okay, so let's talk about it. So let's start. I'm going to start by introducing you guys to Landon. We're going to talk about Landon's academics so far. What grade you in there, Landon?
7.
He'll be going to the 7th grade when school starts back. He may possibly be starting a new school that he's kind of skeptical about and don't really want to do. But he'll be fine. So Landon, so far, how have your summer been so far?
A lot of water parks, a lot of water slides.
So you've been to a lot of water parks this summer. What else have you done this summer?
I went to a camp.
Talk to the camera. Don't talk to the floor.
And
So let's talk about the camp. So what happened at the camp you went to? How was the camp that you went to? Let's talk about it. So what type of camp was it? Was it a football camp? Was it a like a day camp, a Christian camp? I mean, what type of camp was it that you went to? A Christian camp with a bunch of different churches. Anything special about the camp? Anything special happened at the camp for you personally?
Well, the camp helped me get back. It helped me get closer to God and Jesus.
It helped you get closer to God. Okay, well, that's always a good thing, son. So let's talk about then one of the topics on here that says challenge the people around you, not with your words, but with your energy. So by you saying going to this camp, help you get closer to Jesus. It helped you understand, because at one point in our lives, we were in church 2-3 times a week. So you said help you get back closer to God and made you understand how important that relationship is. So by you getting back closer to God, what do you think your responsibility is to your friends or other people around you as it relates to your relationship with God? What's your responsibility as a 12-year-old? What's your responsibility? Like with getting closer to God, what are you responsible to do? Like when people are looking at you and they say, okay, he says he's closer to God, what does that mean? I mean, am I watching him? Is he going to be using cuss words? Is he going? I mean, so what's your responsible? What are you responsible for? You have to speak up.
Like showing the people around me, like
how to be a better person, maybe. So let's talking about challenging the people around you, not with your words, but with your energy. And what I think of when I think of something of that nature, when I'm challenging people around me to be better people. So I posted something this week. I don't know what day it was. Today is Wednesday, so it may have been Monday. When I said I woke up, and normally I do wake up to a prayer with a prayer, but I woke up on Monday morning and I just felt overwhelmed with the Spirit of Christ. Not saying that, I'm a perfect man. I'm definitely flawed. We all are flawed. We all have our shortcomings about ourselves. But I woke up and I asked God in my morning prayer just to make me a better father, number one. Make me a better father. Make me a better friend to the people that claim they're friendly to me. And just overall make me a better person. I started doing this podcast. I agreed to do this podcast simply because I wanted to touch people. I wanted to make people better. I wanted to give people a platform to speak their truth, whatever their truth was, whether they're homophobic, whether they're homosexual, whether they're lesbian, whatever or whoever you are. Hey, I'm not coming in. This is a no judgment zone. We were going to talk about it and we were going to learn and understand, because a lot of times we don't do because we don't know. So I just wanted to challenge everybody tonight. You don't have to be a leader in your circle. You don't have to be the man, so to speak, in your circle. All I'm saying is I want to challenge everybody in your circle of friends to be better people to one another, to be better people to each other. Relationships and bonds form for different reasons. Whatever that reason is, relationships and bond forms for different reasons. But why do we have to conform to what everybody else is doing around us? If everybody else is shooting themselves in the head, we're not just going to grab a gun and shoot ourselves in the head, because we know better. We know that's painful. We know that takes our lives. So all I'm saying is challenge the people in your circle. And when I got the phone call about my son saying he had accepted Jesus Christ as the head of his life, it really made me feel some kind of way, because I know my boys were raised in the church, and for whatever reasons, mainly due to COVID, a lot of people have gotten away from going into the church. But in all reality and realistically speaking, that's an excuse. That's an excuse. There's never no reason that we can't slow down enough to have a conversation with God and talk to God. But we got to do it with the right mindset, with the right energy, of course. So you be the head of your circle. You convince the people around you to be better people, or change your circle. How about that? So from challenging the people in your circle to be better people, let's talk about being transparent. Let's talk about being transparent. So many people struggle with the truth. I'm not saying women, I'm not saying men, I'm saying people. That's in general. That's people on both sides of the yard struggle with the truth. But personally, for me, for Kevin, all I want to do is be honest with myself on who I am. So if I call myself a friend, if I say I'm a friend of yours, I just truly, truly believe that I've got to, first of all, be honest with myself. And second of all, be honest with you as a person and where we stand. So to be transparent, transparency means to be able to see straight through. No hidden agendas, nothing to gain. I'm shooting straight from the hip. I'm being totally honest. So that's what transparency is. And to be a good friend of anybody, you've got to be transparent. There are people who call other people friends, but they kill them every chance they get behind their back. Like, how are you my friend, but every chance you get to say something negative about me, you jump and run at that opportunity. You jump and run at that opportunity to try and kill me behind my back. Like, that's not being a friend. That's not being transparent in the friendship. We're talking transparency. So if I see Landon doing something that I know is detrimental to his situation, and I don't speak the truth and tell him the truth, then I'm not a friend. I'm not being transparent. I'm not being honest with him. People might not like it in the moment, but long term, I guarantee you, they'll respect it. So we've got to be transparent and honest with people when we talk about being a friend, when we talk about transparency. So, Landon, I got another question for you. Scoot up a little bit so we can capture you good. So we talked about your responsibility, saying that you're a child of, come over a little bit so we can get your face in there. So we talked about you saying that Jesus Christ is the head of your life, correct? And so what made you feel as though accepting Jesus Christ back into your life, as you stated, what made you feel like, son, in your own words, what made you feel like that was the right thing to do?
I gotta think about that. I gotta think about that. Can you ask me one question?
What made you feel like accepting Jesus Christ was the right thing to do? So what was shared at the camp, at your summer camp, what was shared that made you in your heart feel like saying, hey, you know, I'm accepting Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior? What in your mind made you feel like that was the right thing to do? Get in the camera and talk to the camera. Talk loud.
I think on the last day.
Speak up.
I think on the last day at camp, everybody was like sleeping. Well, some people were sleeping in their bugs or whatever, but like they had like a bunch of mats on the floor, and was listening to people talk about their testimony. And it was like gave me thought. I was like these people have been through a lot and they're still like with the rest of it. And like they obviously trust him, and they obviously believe him. So I was like,
that's right. Just put it in your own words. So you said you were listening to people. Daddy gonna help you a little bit. So you said you were listening to people give their testimonies. What does testimony mean?
it was like a scar, like when you've been through something.
So they were giving their testimonies about their life and what they've been through, and you were listening to all the trouble that these people have been through in their life, all the issues they have had, and it made you think about your life, right? And while you were thinking about your life, you were like, hey, my life ain't nearby as bad as theirs, right? So thinking that route at that point, why did you feel like your life had been better than what their life was? What was the driving force? What was the one thing that made you feel like your life had been better than theirs? For what reason? Because what had been controlling your life up to that point? As y'all can see, this is not rehearsed. I mean, I really want him to speak with his own words. So what made you hear what they were saying, hear their testimonies? What made you say you needed to accept Jesus back into your life? Something had to trigger you to say, you know what, Jesus is really important to be a part of my life. So
Because at the end of all of this stuff, they were all like basically saying like if they got back into church, they started back going to church and everything. Got back in it, like took like a day or two, but like
immediately.
Yeah, it took some time.
It took some time. So it wasn't immediate. It was over the course of time. Things got better because they accepted Christ back into their life. Things got better for them. Right? That's what you're saying. Okay. So, out of all the people in your circle, all the people around you, all the people who love you, all the people you love, all the people you know, we're not talking about LeBron James and all these people on TV. We're talking about people you literally can put your hand on. Who do you most admire and want to be like? Who do Landon Walker want to be like in life? You don't want to be like nobody. You sure? You don't want to be like your big brother? No? Oh. He is watching, by the way. I want you to know he's watching. He's hearing you say this. So who do you want to be like then? You want to be like yourself. Who is Landon Walker?
Brave. Brave.
You're brave?
Yeah.
So what else is a quality characteristic about you? If you had to describe yourself, so you just gave us in one word that you're brave. So give us one more word about Landon Walker that you think described you as a person. Besides brave. Because brave is a good one. Yeah.
Either loving or
loving is one word.
I know.
What else were you thinking of? Okay. So you're fun, you're good to hang around, you're loving, you're brave. What makes you brave though, Pop? So what have you done in your life that made you say, you know what? I'm brave for this one. I'm brave. I'm brave for pulling this one off. So is it you not being afraid to tell people that Jesus Christ is the head of your life? Does that make you brave?
Yeah. And I went to a water park, right? And it was like this tall slide.
Yeah.
Like 2-3 floors was like
my
house. And it was like one of those slides and straight down. And I did it. And when I got off, my friends were sitting at the end. They were looking at me confused.
They were confused.
So I was like, how did you do that? I was like, I don't know.
Okay.
Because I was waiting on them, but then they didn't go down. Well, they did go down, I didn't see it. So I went up and then went back down. That's all we got to look at.
So let's talk about success. Let's talk about success is not an accident to people who are winners. Winners lie in bed at night thinking about anything that didn't go right, anything that was, I heard a story being told by Lou Williams, one of Kobe Bryant's teammates. He said they were playing the Portland Trail Blazers and Portland handed it to their ass one night. And Kobe came in the locker room and said, hey, you guys are going to learn on this team starting tonight what it means to play with Kobe Dean Bryant. Every time down the floor, I get the ball first. And I think that's the mind of a person who is a natural born winner. And I use that example because I think when you're a winner, what you have a propensity to do, because you look at success a certain kind of way, you have a propensity to grab the bull by the horns, meaning you have the gall to be the assertive one in a moment to win. You don't wait on nobody else to make it happen. You make it happen. So I had a friend who went out of the country for the last few days. So I was talking to her over the phone about her situation, and she felt like a lady was putting her in a bad predicament to be abducted, I guess. And so she even made the comment, because she was so shook by it. She made the comment and said, I think I may need to get counseling for this. And I said, no, you don't need counseling. What you need to do, finish up your trip, be very prayerful about your trip, and make it on back home where it's safe, but take this as a learning experience for this situation. We have to learn to trust God more with every situation that we're placed into. So we talk about being successful. For any level of success in life that we have, it's never an accident. Success is not an accident. So if we say God knows us down to every morsel of hair on our bodies, if we can confess that and say God really knows us on that level, you have to know that any level of success you achieve, that God is the reason. So success is not an accident. If you believe that your steps are preordained by the Lord, how could anything be accidental if your steps are preordained by Christ? That's what I would ask. So I would say success is not an accident to those of us who are winners. So what's winning, Kevin Walker? Winning is a mindset. So Landon, when you've had tests, you got a 90 something, 90, 80 something on a test, because you're used to being successful academically, does that bother you when you don't get the best grade in the class?
It does, because I know I could have done better, especially if it's like an easier test.
Yeah. So we're not going to talk about that Spanish. Technically what?
It's just 2 points.
So my baby boy here is very fluently Spanish. Still learning, of course. He's, just a 6th grader going to the 7th, but he can speak Spanish very, very well. Landon, say hello to the people in Spanish. Ask them how they doing. Say hi, how are you? How's everybody doing tonight?
I don't know how to say it. No, wait, what did you
I
say?
didn't say us.
Oh,
I
you said
said,
everybody?
how is everybody doing or everyone doing tonight?
Oh, ¿cómo están todos hoy?
Say it again.
Oh, yeah, ¿cómo están todos hoy?
Come on, say it again. I'm trying to say it.
¿Cómo
¿Cómo
están
están
todos
todos
hoy?
hoy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So again, let's go back to success. So success is not an accident to those of us that are used to winning or that are winners. We lie in bed at night thinking we can be better. It bothers me. Like the things I remember more than anything else. So even when I was coaching Little League, the things I remember more than being successful are the games I lost. I can tell you how I lost my first national championship game. I can tell you how that game ended in a very close game that came down to one score. The ones I won, I'm not so fluent in the memory about the ones I won because I felt like I was supposed to be in that moment. I've never been in a situation, even as an athlete, where I personally felt like anybody else on the floor, if it was basketball, was better than me. In high school, in college when we'd go play, I've never felt defeated before the game even began. And here's the thing that always gets me. So when you hear coaches speak and coach be like, yeah, we got to do this and we got to play better and, we got to eliminate the turnovers. But I think we got a chance to beat these guys if we do the small things and to be successful. And I've heard some people say, man, that man losing his damn mind. Well, tell me, the man who's getting paid to run that organization, to be that coach, what is that coach supposed to say? They're going to beat the hell out of us when we show up? Who wants to play for that guy? Who wants to be on that guy's team that goes into any situation? Because that's a loser's mentality. That's a loser's mentality to go into a situation already defeated. See, me personally, I've never met a female or a woman personally that I didn't feel like if I thought she was attractive and I wanted to go holler, hey, one thing I remember my coaches in high school saying, and it stuck with me my whole life. Hey, Walker, they put their pants on one leg at a time like you do. That means don't be intimidated by a man who lives life like you live life. He ain't no Superman. He ain't got his cape on. So I look at the same thing when you talk about dating pretty girls. Dating a highly successful woman. And what I have found, that so many highly successful women financially just want to be loved. Let's be real. They just want to be loved. They just want to say they got a man. So what your baby do? Oh, he a mechanic. So she make 175 grand or 250 grand a year and she date a mechanic? Yeah, she just want to be loved. She want him to come home with them greasy hands and wash him with some lava in the driveway before he come in the house to get all of whatever off. She just want to be loved. So there's nothing over the top special about a woman based on her finances. Nothing at all. Nothing. Same desires, same wants, same needs. They want to be respected. They want attention. And they want to be loved. Simple. If you learn those things and you can do those things, hey man, for the ones who are married, it's happy wife, happy life, right? If she's just your girlfriend, is happy girl, happy world. But, you know, I got to talk about the alternative. I got to talk about the other side. Ladies, y'all got to learn to not be so over the top. So I had a girl bragging about her position with her company, like financially, she thought she made more money than I did. I didn't have a problem sharing what I make an hour, because if you come and apply for a position at AT&T, that's the position of the job that I do, you're going to know what I make an hour. So I don't have a problem sharing that. Even what I did annually last year. And when I told her, I said, hey, look, I stopped at one, whatever, because I didn't want something affected by it. She didn't realize that I made more than her. So she had made like some kind of out of bounds, out of line comments, thinking that her money was greater than mine, but it is what it is. So, Pop, I got a question for you. So, you mentioned to me last year about, I think it was maybe Valentine's, maybe it was before Valentine's, that you wanted to take a young lady. Let's talk about it, Pop. Pop, you didn't call me and say, Daddy, I want to, really? So you don't want to talk, just like you don't want to talk about it. Now you done told these people you accepted Christ, then you're going to get on here and lie? Huh? Yeah, so you want to skip this subject? Yeah, I'm sure you do. Now he has to use the restroom. That's my baby, y'all. So, yeah, so when we look at success, we can't let any level of success in our lives dictate who and what we are. Because at any moment, at any time, that type of stuff can be stripped from us. That type of stuff in a blink of an eye can be stripped from us. And so many people base success on their finances. Well, I'm successful because I make boom, boom, boom a year. See, I think the most successful, and this is just my opinion, I think the most successful occupation period that you could have is to be a pastor, to be the head of the church, to be a rabbi, to be a bishop, whatever the label may be, whether it's Catholic, Baptist, Church of Christ, Church of God in Christ, to be a leader, to be a head of one of those religious institutions. I think that is the most important job in America. Most important. Because what you are doing when you are in those places, in those spaces, in those slots of leadership, man, you're setting the tone for the whole community. The same way when we talk about youth sports, kids are so influential. So you have to be careful what you say and how you handle them. So that's how I knew, for me personally, it was time for me to stop coaching. Because what happened with me, and I'm talking strictly about me, is that for so many years, the voices I didn't care about, I heard, but the voices I didn't truly care about, that I never responded to, I started to hear. I started to hear him. And because I started to hear him, my approach to showing up daily changed. My mindset about showing up at football practice every day changed. I showed up pissed off to even start the practice. Because for whatever reason, I could no longer ignore the ignorance of the parents. The parents are the worst thing about youth sports. The parents, I'm going to repeat this, are the worst thing about youth sports. You say, Kevin Walker, why you say that? Because every parent thinks their kid is a YouTube sensation. And they want to be able to go post what little Billy Bob did. They want to be able to go put out there that they baby is the man. Well, sir, daddy, see, they would get pissed at me. Because daddy, if you're 5'7", 120 pounds, and little Billy Bob is 11, 12 years old, and he's 4'5", 80 pounds soaking wet on a good day, what makes you think little Billy Bob gonna develop into, unless you're not his real daddy, what makes you think little Billy Bob gonna develop into a 6'3", 220-pound linebacker? Not if we go according to DNA. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it can't happen, but as long as little Billy Bob is 4'5" or 80 pounds, he's gonna have to play a different position, daddy. Little Billy Bob can't be the man at linebacker, daddy. He's 4'5" and 80 pounds. It's not my fault. His mama should have made a better decision than you as a daddy. So I personally started to hear all the riffraff. I started to hear the voice of the parents when for so many years I was able to ignore the ignorant ass parents. For so many years I ignored that shit. And the part that angered me the most is that my last couple of years, I played my son right here that's next to me coming off the bench. My son wasn't even a starter. I played him off the bench and gave other kids opportunities who my baby had more talent than, but because I was tired of hearing all the bitching, moaning, grinding, griping and whining, I took opportunities from my own kid to give to other people's kids. I did. But the one thing I knew what kind of kid I had getting in my car every evening going home with me. He wasn't a whiner and a moaner and a complainer. When he played his ass off. He played hard. I'll never forget this. We were scrimmaging a team on the north side. Yeah. And they had a quarterback that was probably 3 times Landon's size. And he turned the corner. Landon was at quarterback with a full head of steam, a tutu-mobile, and dumped his shoulder on my baby. The next thing me and all the coaches knew, Landon had picked him up off the ground and was turning around to dunk him. And all the coaches took off, and I never liked it when coaches go raw kids, but Landon was so small as compared to this kid. We were all in amazement. I ain't gonna lie, I was in amazement myself. And one of the coaches turned to me and said, Cam, look, this is about winning. Landon gotta be on the field. If they don't like it, tell the parents to come to me. I'll talk to him. My mic's screwing up here. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Say yes if y'all can hear me. Let me know you guys can hear me. Let me check. Let me make sure. Can y'all hear me better now? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? A rattle sound. I don't know. I don't know what the rattle sound is. I'm sorry. We're about 40 minutes into the show now. So y'all just listen to me rumble on and nobody told me until Kim said something. Okay, so tell me if this is better. I'm trying to plug in my other mic. Radley, what's Radley? Hold on. All right, what about now? Can y'all hear me better? Oh, it just started doing. All right. What about now? Can y'all hear me? Yes? No? Can y'all come in and let me know if y'all can hear me?
What mic were you using?
Huh?
What mic were you using?
Just a straight mic from the phone itself. I plugged up this one now. So y'all can't hear me. Do I sound better, Ken? Do I sound better? A little better. Felicia said a lot better. So yeah, this my baby boy Landon. I wanted Landon to come be on the show because Landon on last week said that he accepted Jesus Christ as the head of his life. So I wanted Landon to, like I told him, I said, you know what, son, at 12 years old, you saying you accepted Jesus Christ. Turn the mic down. Okay, hold on.
Or speak quiet.
What?
You can talk a bit lower. That works just fine.
Okay, what about now? Is that better? Is this better? So I wanted my baby to come talk to y'all because my baby said last week he accepted Jesus Christ as the head of his life. So I just wanted him to try, and like I told him, you know, even at 12, your actions of accepting Jesus Christ, your actions of accepting Jesus Christ could help an adult become a better person. Because somebody's going to watch and say, you know what? If this 12-year-old kid says Jesus Christ is the head of his life and that he wants to be a better person, then why shouldn't I become a better person? Right, Pop? Mm-hmm. He wants to help somebody. He wants to help y'all through his own personal journey, saying that, you know, he wants to put God back as the head of his life. And as a father, man.
Why you doing that?
So is it messing up again, Felicia? Is the mic, can y'all not hear me?
Check. That's how you like to check a mic.
I know, but it says the mic was good. Look, right here. But it shows you the temperature gauge on it, like it's good. So is the mic not good now? Can you not hear me, Felicia? Y'all take forever when I say, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Yes, no, am I good? Some people saying I'm good. Ken said, yep, you good. Oh, but it's an echo. Ken say he good. He don't hear no echo. That's some ragged ass iPhone users getting My baby love iPhone. He's got an iPhone. So, let's try. I'm gonna try one more thing. Yeah, I'm gonna try one more thing. All right, now how is this? Is this better? Can y'all hear me better now? So she said, "Yeah, loud and clear." Oh my God, much better, Kimberly. So what I'm talking about is my baby boy right here, who says God is the head of his life. I don't care how many times I have to repeat that because I'm proud as a daddy that my 12-year-old son understands the power of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm happy that, girl, stop. I'm not Felicia. Everybody else saying good, you know. Oh, much better now. Okay, okay. I'm just proud of it, man. I really am. So, Landon, can you tell the people about your grades? Let's talk about your grades. Pretty good. A's and B's. Mostly. You got some C's and D's on it. Oh, okay. So, okay, oh, you're not perfect. He said he's not perfect. So, um, and he told us earlier that he doesn't have any idols or role models. He don't want to be like anybody. He wants to be like himself. He's his own person. He's his own personality. That came from him, right? And did what you said? Because I thought he was going to say his brother, to be honest with you. I thought he was going to say little Kevin. But he's like, I don't want to be like him. Miss Kim said, stop acting shy. So, okay. So here's my question for you, Landon. So at 18, you graduate high school. What's the next step? Right now at 12, what are you thinking you may want to do after graduation from high school? College or the Air? Why the Air Force? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who? No, Papa was in the Army. Yeah, but the Air Force is the best.
I just want to go. I don't say service.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do either service or college. I just want to do social media.
Social media.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So why the Air Force? Because you want to be like your brother? Can that be the obvious choice here? Yeah, true. So who's the smartest person you know? You know smarter people than you? No. How smart was little Kevin? The Kevin wasn't that smart? What did little Kevin do that wasn't smart?
Got kicked out of college.
He did not get kicked out of college. Boy, he gonna kill you. He left college. But he went to the Air Force. He left college and went straight into the Air Force. He just said he didn't want to. He wasn't feeling it. But okay, so here we go. Let's talk about a book Landon wrote when he was in elementary. Do you remember the book? So yeah, so tell us about the book. Tell the people loud and clear about the book you wrote in elementary. What was the book about, first off?
I think at the time, you know that movie, that scary movie, with the clown? I think it was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a detective or something.
It was about the mystery killer.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
So
Like somebody ate ice cream.
okay, so do you remember like the dramatization, the wrap up in the back of the book? I forget what they call it. Do you remember what you put in the back of the book? Yeah, about your sister. So when you wrote that book, let Dad ask you this. So when you wrote that book, were you angry about what had happened to Jade? You were just reflecting on it? So how do you feel about that now? I mean, it's been, what, 4 years? It's been 4 years since we lost Jade. How does that make you feel now? Like, even thinking about it, how does that make you feel?
I wasn't, as close as Jada was with him, but I was still, close to her.
Yeah, I just tell people, I'd say the one thing I always remember, that Landon never called Jade by her name. You remember what you called her? Sister. Yeah. And they talk about how when tragedy happens, most kids are able to wipe that part of their memory clean and not really remember even the person so much because of the pain or maybe the dramatization that comes along with the pain of losing somebody they love so much. So yeah, we all miss Jade. It's been 4 years. Do you remember where you were when you found out we had lost her?
Right in front of her house.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, what's her house? No, like here you said you was thinking house.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that because you had dropped me off here.
Yeah, because you were with me. Yeah.
And then when I got back home, we got sitting upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And you said boss.
Mm-hmm.
And like Kevin was like, who?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like with your life, do you ever think, okay, I'm going to dedicate this part of my life to be successful to my sister because she would have wanted me to do this, or she would have wanted me to achieve whatever, whatever. So do you ever think about her in that manner, like dedicating a part of your life to her?
Like when I do stuff like real hard, I do like do it for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some motivation.
So she has been some form of motivation to you. So what can you remember anything specific that was a little tough, but you made Jade your motivation and you were able to get through it?
I think it was like the third grade start test.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I fell asleep in like the middle of it. And
Mm-hmm.
my friends woke me up. I was like, it was like an hour left. I still had like 20 questions. So I was like, we gotta hurry up. And I was like, do it for Jane. And I was like, I just stuck to it. And I finished it. And I got a pretty good grade on it too.
Yeah, you did. I remember. I remember all your pretty much your STAR test scores. So who's the baddest? Who's the baddest? P-Fal or Tatum? Fallon, that's easy. You may look like that's an easy question. That's an easy answer. I mean, why you say P-Fal is the baddest?
Crazy.
Wow, she's a sweetie. So guys, let me kind of give you, I just really wanted to introduce my son to everybody. Y'all ask him some questions, put some questions up there for something you want me to ask him, and we'll let him respond to the questions in English and Spanish. We'll let him answer the questions 2 ways. So, Landon, I'm gonna ask you the first question and answer in English and then answer in Spanish. So why do you wear your hair like that? Answer in English first.
It feels comfortable to me.
Okay, answer that in Spanish now. Use a word in its place. Easy. It feels easy.
Oh, okay. Es
You gotta speak up.
es fácil. Yeah, es fácil.
Exfasia.
Es fácil.
Es fácil.
Yeah.
What that means?
Well, I mean, you said use like so like easy, so I said it's easy.
Oh, okay. So I think Tatum will be a better cohort on the show than you. I think she's going to have more energy than you. I think Tatum's going to demand the crowd more than you're demanding the crowd here, buddy. Hold your hair back out of your face. Oh, y'all heard that? Say it again. He said, I'm real chill. So what type of personality, what type of person are you? How did you tell me you describe yourself in the car? You're what type of person? No, in the car. You used the word and I was like, no, you said that on the show. You said brave on the show, but I'm saying when I said you said I'm a blank person. No, it started with an N. What word did you use? It was one word. No, boy. That describes how you sleep.
Oh, nocturnal.
Yeah. So my 12-year-old son, tell them what you told me when I said, Landon, who are you? How do you know it? I ain't never. So at 12, there's no way I knew what damn nocturnal meant. No, I didn't. But what I did do was kick Elisa Denise's ass in a spelling bee. This lady right here, I beat her in a spelling bee in the 5th grade. I beat her bad. I embarrassed her. I beat her so bad. The next day she came to school, her mom was so mad, her mom didn't comb her hair. I'm going to show you a picture because her mom was upset that I had beat her in the spelling bee. So she sent her to school without combing her hair. You ought to see. I'm going to show you the picture to prove it because she's going to say it didn't happen, but it did. So Felicia says, are you enjoying being on What He Said with your dad? Do you want to come back as a host and ask your dad questions?
Gonna be a boring host.
He said he'll be a boring host.
Very boring.
He tries to pretend to be shy. Trust me, he's nowhere near shy. And yeah, Felicia, he used the term nocturnal. So they said they watch anime. What's anime?
Anime.
That right there?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like animations.
Oh, animations.
Japanese. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. Like there's like a series.
Oh, okay. Because I'd never heard of it. I ain't had no clue what that was. Ken say, describe your dad on the football field and off the field. So tell them about me on the football field. What kind of coach was I? You got to come to the break and speak up so they can hear you. Yeah, they don't know him though. So you.
Coach Vic was like a very blunt person.
Mm-hmm.
He was like straightforward. He would just tell us like what we messing up on, what we need to get better on, and like that. Like Coach Vic. Yeah. Really.
So now Coach Ken said, describe your dad off the field.
I mean, it's like a dad. I don't know what to say. Always at work.
Always at work?
Yeah.
I got to go to work, son. You want them Jordans, don't you? Got to go to work. Kim said, just tell the truth.
There's nothing to say.
There's nothing to say. I'm a loving father. Tell them how loving I am. Tell them your dad is loving, Pop.
Yeah.
Hey, I still kiss my boys right now, both of them. So, or all of them. And this one here will come sneak into bed and still try to sleep with me too. But so you don't say that?
So,
yes. Yes. He knows. He don't want y'all to know.
I want to say 7 years ago.
Pop, the last time you were here, you came and got in the bed. I was like, you gonna sleep with me? You was like, yes, sir. You got in the bed.
You weren't here.
Boy, I was. What was I at?
Out somewhere, like getting wings.
Boy, quit it. What?
It was never really.
Yeah. So, hey, guys, look, that's my hour. I just wanted to introduce y'all. I was not in no club. Just wanted to introduce y'all to my baby boy, the last pea in the pot. He gonna do great things. He the last one through, last pea in the pot. And I am saying pot, not pod. He's the last pea in the pot. Very opinionated, very strong opinions about stuff. When we're talking just personal one-on-one, must have watched a scary movie.
I don't get scared of scary movies.
He said he doesn't get scared of scary movies, Miss Felicia. Hey, so thank y'all. Peace out. I'm gonna come back next week. Think I'm gonna have Tatum tied on next week in Landon's place. She will be more. Hey, and y'all heard him say it for himself that Tatum will be way more entertaining at 8 years old than her 12-year-old uncle. Way more talkative. She may even sing y'all a song. Huh? She probably will. Hey, thank y'all for watching What He Said with Kevin Walker. I am Kevin Walker. The little nappy head dread right here to my right. That's Landon Walker. Landon going to a new school too this year that he don't want to go to. Why you don't want to go to that school?
I just don't. People are dressing over us. I got too used to that and everybody there. I don't know.
Oh, well. You'll get used to everybody at the new place, huh?
And if I was going to black, I would play football.
Hey, thank y'all for watching. Thank everybody for tuning in. I'm hungry. What we gonna eat, Pop?
I already ate some pizza.
Oh, we got pizza. You already ate some? Oh my God. They said great show, Landon.
Thank you.
You believe it was a great show?
Not for me.
Hey, thank y'all, man. Love y'all. Peace. We out.